Gail, and welcome back to lowcarbrecipe-ideas.com, or my YouTube channel, Gail's Low Carb Recipe Ideas. Well, I'm so sad that things are happening out in the world with this terrible disease that's going around, and I hope everybody's well and is safe and staying home and isolate themselves so they don't get sick. It's not very exciting, so I thought, well, I'll do a video today, and I'm going to do something very simple. I'm going to do a braised cabbage noodle. You can eat it all by itself. You can eat it with meat on top, like a spaghetti with, you know, that kind of stuff. It's really good. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. It's a very simple recipe, but very, very tasty. So right now what I've put in is a 1/4 cup of butter, and we're going to melt it, and that's about 52 grams. Okay, so we're going to get that going here. And then I've chopped up an onion, and I'm just going to show you that's about the size of the onion, so it's not super large. And I've already got it chopped, so we're going to put it in, and we're going to saute our onions a bit. Very simple recipe, but I love it. I just really thoroughly enjoy them. I eat them by themselves most of the time as a vegetable, and then if I decide to do a chili or some kind of meat, I will put the noodles on the bottom, and then I'll have the meat on top, and it's absolutely delicious as well. Okay, so we're going to get this heated up. Now, because I want my onions and my cabbage and everything to cook, I'm going to throw my cabbage in now. Now, I actually get my husband to cut the cabbage because I seem to cut on angles, and I always ask him, can you please do this for me? So I have about 6½ cups, which is about 655 grams of thinly sliced cabbage. He's awesome. He's just an amazing man. He helps me out so much in the house. It's crazy. Anything I need, he's right there. Let's break that up a little bit. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to stir occasionally till we can get all the butter mixed around, and I'm going to put the lid on for now, because the lid helps create a little bit of steam and will cook a little faster. So I'll grab the lid. I have it on medium heat, and I'm just going to close the lid, and every once in a while I'll stir, and then we're going to add some spices. Now, since I've got it going, I do want to occasionally stir, move stuff around. So you can see there's moisture there with the butter, and also by having the lid on. So if you haven't used this spice, Herbamare, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. A lot of my followers really like it now since I've been introducing it to them. And I am so used to just taking and sprinkling like this and saying, okay, this is how much I use. So I kind of improvised on a plate, and then I poured it into a little bowl so that I could figure out how much I am actually using. So I am using a 1/2 teaspoon of Herbamare. And if you don't have Herbamare, use salt and pepper. And you can use it, it's up to you how much you want to use. This is what I find works well in this recipe, but you might want to add more. Then I'm also going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and I also have a teaspoon of Cajun spice, and I use Clubhouse Cajun spice. I found it to be the nicest, and I hope you're not going to go, oh my gosh, that's going to be stifling hot or whatever. It's not. It's just, it has a little bit of a nip, but not much of a nip, not even really, and it's just delicious. So just stir this around, put the lid back on, and let it simmer. And you're going to have a delicious braised cabbage. And you can top it with anything you want if you want to. So I've been cooking this for about 10 minutes. Some of the noodles are still crunchy, so I'm going to cook them a little bit longer. I'm just going to leave the lid off and just let it simmer there. It smells delicious in the house. Really, really good. So my cabbage has been cooking for about 35 minutes. It's nice and tender. I tasted one, and personally I feel it needs a little bit more habanero. So I am just going to sprinkle a little more on, mix it up, and that's what you need to do. Same with the Cajun spice. I like a little more in it. You guys taste it, decide, and then put more in it if you feel you need it. I'm sure we're all ready to go now. So here is my low-carb braised cabbage. It's delicious. It's one of my favorite vegetables, and I make it all the time. I didn't even think of putting it on my site. So I will hope you give it a try because it's really, really good. Delicious. When I make my chili sauce or whatever, or spaghetti sauce, I put it on top of that as well, and it's very good that way. I think the butter and the Cajun spice gives it that perfect flavor. So anyway, if you'd like to go to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com, try this recipe and try some of my others. You take care, I'll see you soon, and stay healthy. Bye now.